All right, young lady, how you doing today?
Hey, how are you? Good
I'm doing
afternoon.
good afternoon. Oh, wow. Twice in 1 month. I feel honored.
Oh boy.
And you got to remember that she is a night owl. That's all I'm gonna say. But she's gracefully came on here
Up and driving.
and driving. Oh, I see what I got there showing on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Your logo. We don't need it. We know who you are. We need what you call. We need to have us on there. So let me go ahead. I forgot to click that one thing, but that's my bad. All right, gotta love technology. Gotta love it. Now we're good. Now we're good. I wish I had a remote control for everything. Whew. When college start, I got some interns coming in. It's really gonna help me out.
You're gonna be getting some steps in here.
Yeah, I get a bunch. And this is lovely lady Toya. I'm glad I said Toya because I always put that L in front of it.
Don't do it.
I know, I know. But when I see her now, I know better. So we talked last time around, and you was telling me about you had something going on, and she wouldn't even tell me, y'all. She wouldn't even tell me. She said, "I'll save it. I'll come in person and do it in person."
I did. I did.
So what is it you got going on?
Well, this is Tailor Made Tuesdays. Something we do at Horizons. Of course, Taylor is my last name. Um, I'm excited that we are just launched our own wine line, and remember, I told you there's always more to come.
Right.
We're just going to keep on adding and adding and adding, and this is a wonderful. I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, it's just like when God gives you a vision and you see the vision come to pass. Um, for one, it's very humbling. And I must say that Horizons and More has some of the best customers on this side of heaven. When I say that the customers have supported the Horizons and More team, they've done just that. Yes. We've had an air conditioner problem this past weekend, and oh my God, it was hotter than Hades in that place, but no one complained. We had a good time. The AC guy came out yesterday to fix it, and guess what it was?
What was it?
A freaking circuit breaker. It tripped.
Oh,
Had I known
no,
that, but guess what? I'm learning everything in the, what is it, HVAC?
Yes.
I'm learning everything. Now I'm going to know what to look for. I'm going to probably get up there and start fixing these things myself. But I mean,
if you need any help on that, let me know. I did it for 15 years.
Did you?
Yeah.
Dang. I was all panicking on the weekend, sweated my little silk press out. But you know what? I have to give my kudos to the customers. When I say y'all rock, and this is one of the reasons why I continue to bring something different to the table each time they come, because they have been wonderful, and I just want to be wonderful back to them.
And you have. I think you were already open when I first met you, and I look at the transition you've been doing.
Okay.
And it all been great transitions. You know, the things that you decided to do, you went on and did it. It worked out real good on all the things you were doing. And so your transition and the key word, when I say why Horizon and More, this is the reason why.
Yep, we have our own little wine line. It comes, we have, look, I don't know them off the top of my head just yet. So we have a cranberry Riesling, we have a Fiesta Red, we have a peach Chardonnay, and we have a, what is this one? A cranberry Chartini.
I like this one right here.
And when I tell you they are all hitters, they are all hitters. But here's the thing, they're all going to be complimentary. If they get a table of 4 for $65, they get their own bottle. They can take it home. They don't necessarily have to drink it there. They could use it at home, or they can drink it at home and just chill.
So what's the thought process for you to decide to go this route to bring out your own line of wine?
Because I like to drink wine. I'm a wine connoisseur, and wine is just, I feel that it's something that should be drunk when, drunk, however you want to say it. It's something that you want to be at home in your own space. And I mean, yeah, you can come drink it at the bar or the lounge, however you want to say it, but it's nothing like being able to sit out on your patio, have your cigar, watch the birds, watch your neighbors, look up in the sky, and just kind of just chill, sit back and relax and get your mind together, come up with some things, get the peace that you need.
Yeah.
So I just want to bring Horizons and More in their home now.
You did with this right now with your wine line right
Yes,
here.
we sure
I
did.
thought, look at this again. Tailor made.
Tailor made.
So where do you come up with the idea of tailor made?
Well, my kids have this. They have these two. My son has one. My daughter has one, where they have this tattoo that has Taylor on them. And they've been saying, Mom, it's your turn. Mom, it's your turn. I'm like, I ain't getting another tattoo. I mean, I did that when I was young. Don't know why I did it. Then I got a tattoo with my name on it, like I was ever going to forget my name. So I'm just like, but I was 16, going out with a friend, didn't know. She was like, girl, let's go get a tattoo. Oh, I can't believe I'm about to share this on TV. I mean, yeah, I guess we are on TV.
Yeah.
So she was like, girl, we're gonna get them on our chest. And I looked at her and I was like, I am not about to get a tattoo on my chest to where the man is gonna have to touch me. I said, oh no. I said, look, he can touch my arm. And so yeah, I got my name, but my kids have Taylor, it's like Taylor Gang. You know me, I love Chuck Taylors. I love Converse.
Yes.
I'm forever wearing Converse. And so they were like, Mom, just get the tattoo. I was like, nah, I'm not getting no tattoo. So to carry on our name, I just did Tailor Made, and that's where it comes from.
Wow. I'm going to go back what you just said about Chuck Taylors.
Okay.
I have to go back there because that was the shoe that everybody had to have back in the days. It was Chuck Taylor Converse.
Chuck Taylor Converse, man. We used to have something when we first started it. Well, everything's always been Tailor Made Tuesdays, but if you wore your Chucks and dressed up your Chucks, we did something because I'm forever wearing Chucks, but here lately I've been in this Dunk kind of Nike thing with sneakers and shorts and sneakers on Saturday. So I've had to step up my sneaker game.
Oh, okay. So Chuck is to the side and Nike's
Chuck
in?
is never to the side.
Okay.
I got about 13, 14, 15 boxes of Chucks. They'll never be to the side because I have them in all colors.
Oh, you just got them on standby.
Well, just,
Yeah.
Come on. When I just want to put on some kicks or some get up kicks and just go out the house, now I have a variety.
All colors?
Yes, I have Chucks in pretty much all colors, from rose gold to a mint green. I mean, I have them in all colors.
Do you remember when you had Chuck Taylors, they came out with the different color shoestrings you put in them? Like if you had maroon shoes, we got the gold and black shoestrings to put in them.
Well, I don't have time for all that. I just want to
put okay.
on all of my Chucks, I believe, have white laces.
Okay.
But I don't have time to be trying to lace up no tennis shoes.
Get you some gold lace, put in your maroon ones, let it stand out.
You can show how it's doing.
Well, that's what we did back in the days. Okay. So I want to talk more about Horizon and More.
All right.
Like when Erica was leaving, she was saying Horizon More, that's 2818 Northeast Loop 410 San Antonio. She looked at me, she said, you remember that address? I said, yes, I do. I remember that address. And that's what I say all the time. And then I was telling her after the show was over, she said, so it's Toya, yeah, Toya be here and all that stuff and everything. And I said, she got the premier space in San Antonio. People don't even know that. And we started saying that months ago, saying the premier night spot, and it is. You got something going over there 7 days a week.
7 days a week. 7 days.
And you can go by that parking lot at 9 o'clock on any day, and it is packed.
when you say something like that, and those of you that know me, I'm never lost for words. I'm never lost for words, but I'm speechless when it comes to things like that because of the simple fact that it's very humbling. People could choose to be anywhere. They could do anything that they want to do, but the fact that they want to come and do whatever we're doing at Horizons and more, I mean, all I can do is say, I thank them because there's so many other places they could be, but they choose to be at the premier night spot.
Yeah, I was talking to with Mimi and with Triple L, and I was there. So when can I find y'all? Ron, come here any Friday. We're up in here. That's what they told me. Any Friday, we're up in there. And sure enough, I pop in there, and there they are at that same table.
That's their table. That's their round table. And
yeah,
Lord forbid someone be there when they come in. They be looking at them people like, you're in the wrong spot. This ain't your spot. It just so happens that Horizons and More, you do not have to be blood to be family, but somehow or another, we're all family. We all look out for one another. There's not, I mean, you can't walk in there and the vibe is ever off.
It's not.
I mean, and that's something that I had a conversation with a lady on Friday in my truck. I was contemplating on making some decisions, some very hard decisions, because anybody that knows anything about me, I am willing to give anybody a platform to do what it is that you feel that you've been called to do, because that's what God has given me.
Mm-hmm.
But she said something to me that resonated so much in my spirit to where I can't say that I was convicted, but it pushed me to make the decision that I needed to make. And I will say this to any business owner. I will say this to anybody that is doing what you do in the community or your brand or whatever it is. If a person in your building or in your business does not reflect who you are, there's a conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're doing their own thing and it doesn't complement you or your brand, or it's something that they know that you would do, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
And that one conversation, at that point, I stopped questioning myself. I put my heart aside and made the decision to do what I needed to do to take my business to another, not only another level, but a whole nother direction.
And you're doing it because coming by there, like I get teased when I come in there. You know that, don't you?
What?
You know, when Glenn and Veronica, they're all there at that table. As soon as I walk in, you know what they tell me? Isn't it past your bedtime? Isn't it your curfew? Because I'm up at 5 a.m. and I said, I want to come by, but I got to get up at 5 a.m. They mess with me all the time when I come, which is good. I love it. You know, like you said, we're family.
Right.
When you mentioned that, I read something a while back when somebody said, we're blood, we're family, it's our blood. And this guy came back and said, we're only family because by blood, because we're related. Family is somebody that you trust, you love, and loyal to you. So that's family right there. And I read that, I said, that makes a lot of sense. There's families out there that's not even a family.
Well, there's people that are in your family that nine times out of 10 may not show you the loyalty that someone else that is not related to you will show you.
Yeah.
That's why at Horizons and More, you don't have to be blood to be family, because I have been blessed with a wonderful team. I mean, I have some of the hottest DJs in the city.
Yes.
My staff is, I mean, I could go on and on about the people that come in for Horizons and More. I could go on and on about the staff that I've been blessed with, because there is no way that I can continue to be who I am and continue to produce the things that my little mind keeps coming up with, and I'm able to actually see them happen without the team that I have. And I mean, I have DJs that are just like Toya. Man, I want to come in early. Well, AK, what you want to come in early for? I want to spin. What you're not due here till 9 o'clock. No. I'm coming in early. I want to get the party going before the party. Who does that? Where does that happen?
Family.
They're like, Toya, you don't have to pay me anymore. I just want to come in because they love the atmosphere. You know, and like tomorrow we're coming up with a midweek game party. We're going to be playing Jenga. We're going to be playing musical chairs. We're going to be playing, I think they're going to do a little speed dating for those of you that are single and you want to do a little speed dating. But even I'm going to get out there and speed date. I've never done it before. I don't know what the results are going to be, but I just want to see how it works, you know. But I mean, tomorrow is our game night, and I have K-Sam, one of the original originators. You know who he is? Remember the group PKO back in the day?
Yeah.
So
he's coming in?
He's coming in. He's actually my DJ on Wednesdays and Saturdays. And we're just going to get together and just have a good time. I mean, we just play these games. Not tic-tac-toe, but what is it? Connect Four?
Yeah.
I mean, we're just going to sit back and just have an old school good time when games were really games.
I'm glad you brought that up because a lot of people forgot about that. That's how we used to entertain ourselves with games and playing music while we're playing games. And we'll make up games while we're playing the game and all that. That is one reason why I'm thinking that the radio station is, well, I'm pretty sure I know it's successful because I went back and did things in the old school days.
Okay.
There's nobody having people on 5 days a week, guests and interviewing and all that. Because how are you going to know what's going on if you don't bring the people in? Because like you said, this is their platform. They're coming and talking and everything. So that's what I want to do to get it out there. And Toya is doing an excellent job for the community. You had that turkey drive last year, and what was almost 600 turkeys, or
anywhere from 600 to 800
turkeys. Yeah, 800. That's what. Yeah, it was. They were flying. I'm really, they were flying. They were throwing them turkeys. They was catching them. It was all over the place. And then we have MR coming your way, the bikers with school supply drive. I think that's coming up on the 12th of August.
That's 12th. You mean LR?
LR. I said LR. Yeah,
like,
LR.
What is MR?
Yeah, I'm sorry, MR. That was said LR, MR, C something. I had her on the show earlier. She was telling me how they were putting things together and how she appreciates you letting them do things at your place.
Well, my thing of it is that what are you doing if you're not giving back?
Yeah.
What are you doing if you're not serving what are you doing that won't take the time to serve the community that keeps you in business? I mean, there's kids that need and the parents don't have. So those of you that have, and I'm not saying that we all have extra because some of us don't, but what is it to go pick up a couple of packs of notebook paper well, I haven't been school shopping in I don't know how long, because normally I just give my daughter some money and, you know, tell her to go get my grandson school supplies. But, you know, what is it? A spiral notebook couldn't be no more than when I was shopping, they were like 58 cents. Now they might be $1 or something like that. But what is it to give $5 and say, here, you know, here's a donation for some school supplies, to be able to give to the less fortunate? And not that everyone's less fortunate, but when school teachers are having to come out of their pockets to purchase school supplies for kids, why can't we help those teachers be able to supply and give the children what it is that they need, and that is an education? And by getting an education, they are tools that they need to be able to learn. Because, I mean, just think about it. We're not going to be young forever.
Right.
Those children one day are going to be leading and making decisions for us that we aren't going to be able to make. So let's build these kids' dreams at an early age. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be early, but these kids need what we're about to do, and that's being able to serve them with their school supplies. And I love to see the look on parents' faces and the children's faces when they come and get it, because they're excited. And not only is it a fresh breath of air to some of these parents, because I mean, some of them can still be working great jobs and just don't have enough money to be able to stretch when it comes to school supplies, school clothes. You know, most schools now, Some of them, I understand, are in uniforms, but what about the ones that aren't in uniforms?
Yeah.
You don't have to get welfare assistance and be able to be in need. There's people that make very good money and still have a need when it comes to those things because their funds are allocated to taking care of their home. And when it comes to Thanksgiving, when it comes to Christmas, when it comes to school supplies, everybody needs a little help.
Yeah. I got a daughter-in-law that's a school teacher, and she said the school supplies are great, but she said sometimes they run out after Christmas break. It's almost like they need to be resupplied with stuff going on. But yeah, she goes out and buy a lot of stuff out of her own pocket to make it. And then on top of it, the teachers are the lowest paid.
And they have the most impact in our community with these kids. But some of these little kids are boogers. But
yeah.
But even them little boogers need school supplies.
Right.
So therefore, hey, all I'm asking is the people that are watching or will watch and share this particular segment of what we're doing here. Just come by, bring some school supplies. We'll have a band that's ready. So therefore, on the 12th, we can make sure that the community is served the way that we want to serve them.
Amen to that. Yes. Now switch subjects. You sent me something yesterday that I had no doubt it was there for you. About you being voted to what?
You probably have to read it because I was shocked. I mean, I checked my email and this organization has been trying to get a hold of me for quite some time. Anybody that knows me, business number, y'all give me a call any day after 3 p.m. at 210-793-5100. That's my business phone. I answer it while I'm at work. So if you need to get a hold of me for any reason, any day after 3 p.m., 210-793-5100.
You know, she said after 3 p.m. There's a reason why after 3 p.m. She's got to get her rest. Here it is. I am writing you today on behalf of the San Antonio Award Programs. We're the organization that puts on the annual Best of San Antonio Award. And I am pleased to announce that your company has been selected as the winner of category of bars.
Horizons and
right. So they will put everything on their website and everything. They just want to say congratulations because you are now not only the premier bar, but the best bar in San Antonio. That's congratulations. Awesome. You have worked hard for that. I want you. When you come in that door, you see her and she is up moving. She's moving. And let me tell you something about this young lady right here. If it's 8 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock. Right?
Yeah, we changed it to 8:30 though.
Okay, 8:30. Well, I'm just saying the time of start things. If there's a start time that says 8 o'clock, it will be at 8 o'clock. You know, and you said that's a good reason for that because you got to be punctual. People come in there and sit down. It isn't like some of the concerts you go to where the headliner takes, they say 9:30, they come out at 11:30.
I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether I have an attention deficit. I don't know what it is. But my thing of it is if you say that you're going to start something at a certain time, man, start it.
Yeah.
Just start it. I mean, I don't know that I'll get off on my soapbox, but I believe in pretty much trying to be punctual when it comes to putting on things.
Yeah, and you do a good job with it because I talked to the Mac the other day. The Mac, they were on the show one time, and I'm always clowning on the Mac because it's always something wrong with his phone. You know, oh, I didn't get the message, I didn't get this. So Jay Scott would say, I said, I'm gonna come in one of y'all deal one time. I'm gonna find an old timey princess phone and walk up and give it to him and say, you can't miss a call on this. He said, do that. I haven't done it yet. Number one is I can't find an old princess phone.
Right.
I've been looking for one. But your comedy you have there, with a variety of people that come in there, people are hungry for that. And I see it. They sit back in the back, and when you had your Wednesdays things and I was there, as soon as the Mac came in, people would migrate, come up front. he started messing with him. And I remember that one time he decided to mess with me.
Mhm.
And he said, well, Ron, but you know this song.
Oh, that was a Friday night. That's when Experience was
Oh,
playing, and we put him up while they were on intermission.
yeah. And he asked me, I bet you know this song. And I knew it. I said, I can tell you the year and the date and the season that came out on. Then he came back and said, I'm not going to call you anymore. So, we were brought up. If people don't know music back in the days, it came out in seasons. You had the summer season where you had the fast paced music that came out for the summertime.
Mhm.
And then the fall, it was a slower one. In wintertime, it was slow music that came out. And back then, records stayed number one forever.
Right.
Now they number one for 2 weeks and something else takes its place.
Well, that's because music is not what it's music. Okay, I'm a music connoisseur. I love music. I love music, but I love music. All music has meaning. I'm not saying that. All music has meaning, but when I was raised, when I was younger, music, it was a different type of music.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the artists expressed themselves a little bit more, and their words
Yes.
is what impacted the song.
Mm-hmm.
Words still impact songs this day. I'm not saying that, but there is something about old school music that said something and spoke volumes to either your situation, you, or whatever the writer was going through. Now, I understand we got rap these days, and some of that rap, I just have to turn it off.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some of the language I find offensive, but I cannot. I'm not saying anything bad about it because that's their way of expression. And not everyone wants to hear that type of expression. But back in our day, we didn't have that type of expression. We had words that really meant something and went a long way versus, where we are now. So that's probably why so many different songs, don't stay where they're at for long periods of time, because there's so much more of a variety of what people can pick and choose from. But that's the people's choice. That's what makes us all different. That's, it's culture.
But I like your style when you said 30 and older.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's a place that people go to feel safe and comfortable in, because the atmosphere you have in there, you feel safe when you walk in.
I appreciate that.
And then I talked to several people and they said, "Oh, I love that place." Like, I'm gonna bring it up again. I had I don't know who they were, came out of Chicago, and they said they're going over to the place, and they got a hold of me again. I said, "Well, you need to let Toya know that on their Facebook page how you felt about that." They reached out to me and said, "Ron, that place is like." So I can say, "Well, we're coming back down in November. We're bringing some more people down." I said, "Come on down. The more, the merrier."
We've been blessed this past weekend. I think I spent most of my night apologizing for the heat, because I'm a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
I really am. And I strive to do things in excellence. But one thing that I had to come to grips with for myself, I cannot control the heat outside. I cannot control the humidity outside. I cannot control the body heat that's in the building. These are factors that no matter how hard I try, I can't beat them. And the man upstairs has allowed this heat to be the way that it is. So I don't know if you remember that play that My Arms Are Too Short to Box with God. Do you remember that play?
Yeah, I
back
remember
in the day?
some. Yeah.
I just had to come to the realization I can do my part about having the people come in and fix the AC. And I'm grateful that the guy came and looked at it last night to help me better understand what's going on. But there's just some things that the heat, the humidity, and my AC units happen to be on top
on the roof, yes,
of the building. I have a tin roof, and where the heat is hitting, it's hitting those AC units, which makes it 30,000 times even harder to be able to work. But I mean, those are the odds that I'm faced with. But I just had to come in the realization, as long as I'm doing my part to keep them up and running, The humidity, I can't do nothing about.
Yeah.
The body heat, I sure can't do
do
nothing about. So, but you know, even the DJ this past weekend, he kept saying, man, I gotta give it to y'all. It is hot in here, but y'all are rocking like y'all don't feel it, and we're having a good time. You know, nobody complained. You know, I saw people fanning, and of course that makes my like, oh my God, they're uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable. You know, I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable, but I mean, me and God just had to have a sit down. We just had to have a one-on-one, and he just had to tell me, Toya, there are just some things that are out of your control. No matter how you try to make things perfect or how you strive to do things in excellence, there's just some battles that you don't need to fight, because this one is one that you're not going to win. So I have to, again, give it to my customers, give it to my customers at Horizon to More. When I say y'all are some riders, because y'all have rode with me, y'all have rode with Horizons, and as long as God gives me the ability to keep coming up with creative things to be able to do, the more part will still always come and will still exist, because I'm going to strive to be the best that I can be in the position that I'm in, to give my customers what they deserve, and that's the best, because they've given me their best. That reminded me, you said they was in there dancing and stuff. That reminded me back in the days when we didn't have AC. Wow. And we sat there and we danced and everything. Now, I'm from the Chicago area. We got basements down there. We have basement parties. And you talking about hot and all that stuff. Yeah, it was terrible. But we sat down there and we partied. So. Well, I know my dad lived in Chicago. He was in Waukegan, Illinois. And I remember one time when I went down there to visit him and bring him home. What was the word that he used that I learned? Was it a brownstone, or there's one particular something that they use for the houses down there. It'll come to me probably when I'm driving home, but I know what you're talking about, because the place that he lived in, like his house was here, but you could go downstairs, and I'm just like, man, I ain't going down there. It was like another room. And people would now fix their basements up. Yellowstone, brown, and they have a basement that for years everybody used it as storage. And somewhere along the line, somebody came with a bright idea. They was putting kitchens down there and AC and everything was down there. It's like a whole new other room in the house. That's some riders. Yeah, well. That's some riders. Yeah, we did it. We had fun doing it too, Chris. But except when it rained, when it flooded. If anybody know about that, you have a thing called sump pumps. Okay. Where you had to have tile built around the foundation that water would drain down into that so it wouldn't flood the basement. So why do they call it the brownstone? I don't know. I never figured that one out myself. Was it stone because it had to be around that part, maybe, to stop it from flooding? It could be. I don't know. But anybody want to let us know what that is? I'm gonna look it up after the show so I find out, so I'll be educated on it. Okay. So, what you got planned coming up? You got any guest or anything coming up that? She does. Look at her. Look at her. This is where all my giddiness comes from, because I'm able to talk about something that I love. Okay. So let's start off with Mondays. Mondays we have Roy Sorrell, Mr. Can't Get Right. You need to have him on your show. Okay. I think you will be very well pleased. I'm gonna get y'all in contact with one another so y'all can dialogue. Okay. And great man. But anyway, back to Mondays, we have something called Point of View. And Point of View, they have conversations dealing with relationships, healing. I don't know how they end up talking about sex. I don't know. But when I tell you it goes full circle, it goes full circle. But one thing that I'm finding while I've sat in some of these Monday night point of view is that everybody has a story. Everybody has something that has broken them. Everyone has something that they have healed from. Everyone has something that they've been through that could help somebody else. And on Mondays, they talk about things that I see, and you know me, I gauge the room. I look around the room to see, you know, Toya, is this going in the right direction? Is this something that you should continue allowing to happen? And it is something that I will always continue to happen in the place as long as Ray will do it, because the look on people's faces when I see that their wheels are turning, because everybody has a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You could say something one way, someone over here could say something another way, but it's how you hear it.
Yes.
How you hear it determines how you're going to apply what you just heard to the situation you're facing, have faced, or that you're trying to get over. And you don't necessarily have to raise your hand and say, I'm that person. You can look around the room and tell that people are engaging in what it is another person is saying. There's never no disrespect. There's never no right or wrong answers. There's never a way that you're felt that you shouldn't have said what you've said, because it is a safe environment to where people are able to express who they are and what they've been through. And I have even been healed in some areas in my life, just sitting there listening, that gave me a different perspective on how to either engage with certain people or how to do things different, or perhaps even what I did wrong that caused the situation that it should have been handled the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all just by listening. Not that I'm there, hey, yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm sitting there listening, and just by listening, it's wonderful. So that's on Monday nights. Tuesday nights, y'all know Tuesday nights is always gonna be karaoke.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
always gonna be karaoke. Tonight we have G Train.
Yeah. From all the way from California.
California.
Yes.
She brings a different type of vibe when it comes to karaoke, because it's done her way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking forward to tonight. And then we have a birthday party tonight. One of a real nice lady here in the city is celebrating her birthday tonight at karaoke. So that's going to be wonderful. Wednesday night.
Uh-oh.
Wednesday, our new, God had given me a vision a couple of months ago, and I really didn't know how I was going to implement it and how I was going to be able to get it off the ground, but it's getting ready to kick off tomorrow night. So I'm very, very excited about that. I cannot wait. I can't wait to play musical chairs. When is the last time you played musical chairs?
Oh, boy,
years.
It's been years since we played that. I can't remember the last time I played it.
Oh, well, we're playing it tomorrow night, and I'm going to have on my tennis shoes so I don't slide. So I can make sure when that music stops, I'm in my chair.
You're putting your Chuck Taylors.
I don't know. I'm gonna put on one of them. I'm gonna put on my Nikes or my Chucks, whichever one.
Put one of each on.
Oh no, I ain't doing that. No, with me, there's never. You never know what I'm gonna do. Thursday night, we have old school. It's kind of old school R&B. DJ Cyclops on the ones and twos. He's doing a wonderful job bringing that. The bikers.
Yes.
My heart. I love my bike set. God, I love my bike set. It's nothing like looking out and seeing all those beautiful bikes and seeing the men on the patio engaging with one another, having real conversation, lifting the brothers up, talking, no dress, no stress, no drama, no competing, just men sitting outside. And of course the women sit out there too, smoke their cigars. It's just wonderful.
Yeah.
Friday night, live music. We have John Stevens coming from Dallas. Have you ever heard it?
No.
Oh my God. The man can blow. The man can sing. When I say he's gifted, he's gifted. Friday night. Oh, let me go back to Friday night. We got AK coming in I believe he's coming in at 6. We're gonna do something the party before the party.
Okay.
So he's going to be spinning the ones and twos, getting the atmosphere ready for Mr. Stevens. And then after Mr. Stevens takes the stage, AK will go back. So y'all come chill with AK early, 6 o'clock. We're going to have some fun. You have an hour left for happy hour. Every day is happy hour from Monday through Friday from 3 to 7. You get $1.50 off your drinks. Saturday, we have Black Love Texas doing a game day to where it's going to be, I think they're having water something. They got the 360 going on. They got a lip sync battle going on. They have, and that's from 12 to 5. That is going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That's going to be exciting. That's I can't wait to see that. And then Saturday night we got K Sam back on the ones and twos.
Yeah.
And K Sam brings a different kind of vibe to our Saturday nights, because you never know with him which direction he's going to go in. And when I say that, he could come out he could come out with a Belle Biv DeVoe, take it into a baby face, and then come back with a Frankie Beverly, but he mixes it so well and slides it in there to where you stay rocking. I mean, it's just, man, these last 2 weeks on a Saturday night has been amazing. And then Sunday, of course, we got our Spades and Dominoes. This Sunday is hosted by none other than Sean Swisher. And Swisher is the only host that we have in the building, has a drink named after him called, what's it called? The Swisher.
What's in the Swisher? A little bit of everything?
No, Sean drinks, he drinks 1800.
Oh.
So it's an 1800 shot, and I've tried it, but I cannot take anything that strong. So I have to have a chaser, and it has to be ruby red grapefruit juice. So needless to say, I drink more of the grapefruit juice than but I'll sip it and try to get it down to the best of my ability. Not that I do it so well. And then of course, we have our wine line.
Yes.
Our own wine line. You can get a bottle, you can take it home, buy a table, $65, and one of these bottles is complimentary. And I was gonna do it for the bigger tables, but because of the size of the bottle, stop and think about it. If they're gonna be sitting, if the table's gonna sit 8 or 12, are 8 or 12 people gonna get this out of? They're not gonna. They'll get a swig.
That's about
but
it.
They're not gonna get they won't get a full glass. So that's why I did it for tables of 4 for $65. But you're more than welcome to sit at a big table with your friends, family, however, and either drink it or take it home. My preference is that you're able to take it home and relax and bring Horizons in your home because of what y'all have done.
I like
for
that.
The Horizons and More brand.
So let's go on. I want to talk to you about how you accommodating your customers. I haven't been there for a while, and you sort of lit up like Christian, Ron. You haven't been here. We got a shot station now.
Yes.
And turn around, you got a bar on wheels.
Yes.
So you accommodate that takes away the long line at the bar with you having that set up. So when did you come up with that concept? You wanted to do that?
Well, as a business owner, I'm very involved in my business. I'm very hands-on. And when I look and I see people waiting, and not that the wait is long, but when they want their drink, they want their drink. So how could you speed up this process? How can you eliminate, because some people are only in line for a shot. Mm-hmm. Some people are only in line for a beer. I mean, they're not in there for, a Long Island and Adios, Horizon Sunrise, or a Gorilla drink. I mean, there's just times that they want something quick. Yeah. So came up with the idea, put it in place. Now the shot station, we've added more shelving to it So not only can they get shots, but they can also, we've made it into a full bar as well.
Oh,
So
there you go.
If you're wanting a shot, there's a place for you to go and get your shots immediately. And if the lines are too long, you don't want to wait. We've added more shelving, so now it's a full bar.
Well, good. So that was good. You sat back, you watched, and you see the needs.
Yeah, if you sit back and you really analyze what's going on in your business and you're creative, there should be ways that you should be able to come up to be able not only to expand your brand, but give their customers what they're waiting for. And I hate to see the look of frustration on my customers' faces. That is one of my pet peeves. It annoys me. And at that time, I can't honestly say that I'm working in the best of my capacity at that time because there's so much more that I want to do. But like I just had that conversation with me and God, there is just some things that are just out of my control. But the things that are in my control, I'm going to do my best to initiate them and get a plan of action. So therefore, Horizons and More can continue being the what?
The premier nice spot in San Antonio, Texas. 2818 Northeast Loop 410.
That's
it. So, last question. You have any plans on how you're going to do things for the holidays? You know it's right around the corner.
Oh, yeah. I have so many plans. I just have to put them in place. But I do know that one of the plans will be making sure that we're giving back to the community.
Okay. I'll be there if you're doing turkeys and stuff.
I believe we are doing them this way. I need to get with Doc, which is the Mercenaries president on the Black Bike Set, and see what some of their plans are. But from our conversations that we've had, it's still a go.
And let me know. I'll do the same thing I did last year.
Okay.
I enjoyed that.
It's cold outside.
But it was good. I enjoyed it. It was fine. Watching them turkeys fly through the air with no wings. They were frozen. They were throwing them.
That's why they were throwing them. The turkeys were cold and it was cold.
But that line was flowing. The line was flowing real good. They did a great job doing that. So I can't complain about all that going on. But like I said, I'm there if you need anything from me like that. Anything going on outside, I'm more than willing to get up there and set up because I'm still trying to get my name out there. Okay. I'm still trying to do WSN radio. We're out there.
Location. Tell me how this location came about.
Well, it was
interview you for a moment.
Oh, you sound like Jalen. Jalen told me the same thing. I'm gonna interview you, Ron, one day. Okay, this place came along with this young lady. I told her I was looking for a place. She said, I got the perfect place for you, but I got 3 other places. I want you to go to this one first. So his name is Mr. Williams. I said, okay. So I came over here, we talked. He said right there, and we talked almost 2 hours. And I wasn't giving him a pitch. He was giving me a pitch on why I should be in here. Because he's got this Black museum right here that deals with all local Blacks who done things for San Antonio.
Well, I think my picture needs to be in here.
Well, we'll get there. So he turned around and said, well, why don't you think about it over the weekend and come back and let me know what you think. So I said, man, I'm gonna be in the choir stand. I don't sing, but I'm in the choir stand.
As a matter of fact, when I first walked in, Pastor Andrews used to have this church.
Mm-hmm.
Very loving woman, her and my father were the best of friends. She worked at the VA, and that's how I got the privilege to meet her through my father. And there were several Sundays that I would actually come in this building and be in service with her and my father. Yeah,
this building is over how many years old?
Wow, it looks great.
And
is it redeemed as historic?
I think they're going to do that.
Okay.
I think they're going to do that because the plaque is still up there.
Okay.
He did not remove that. He left that exactly the way it was. These are the original stained glass windows in here.
That's right.
So a lot of stuff is original.
So what do they do here? I mean, is it just a museum where people come in and just look, or?
Yeah, he does. He does that. It's a cost to come in. And he does a tour. He'll tell you he knows everything about these people that's on here. All the Black ones that are in here, from politicians to sports, you name it. He knows. He'll give you a tour and give you the whole line about everything in here. And it's also an event center because this can hold up to 80 people in there. He rents it out for that.
Okay.
Matter of fact, we had on yesterday, they did appreciation for the mayor. And
Okay.
he was here yesterday, and he talked to people, let them know what was going on, what direction the city was going. So he had that going on. But I mean, he got something going on, and every Saturday he's doing something. Plates.
Okay.
I tell you what, you want to taste some good catfish? I still can't get that recipe from him.
Really?
He fried some catfish. It's so moist, and I said, "Are you gonna tell me?" He
So
said,
is that
"No."
every Saturday?
Every Saturday he does not may not do catfish, but he'll do brisket, ribs, sausage.
Okay, I am not a barbecue person.
Okay, well he does catfish. You will enjoy the
Okay,
catfish,
okay.
and he does it from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Really?
here, and you just come
Every
here
Saturday?
every Saturday. He's doing something there every Saturday.
Come get a plate. Let me
Yeah.
know when it's fish.
Yeah, I'll let you know what it's because that's what everybody been asking for was
Maybe
the
I'll get
fish.
buy enough plates for me and my staff.
Yeah, I'll let him know that. I wish he was still. That was him walking through here earlier.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, but he does that all the time. So this is historical place, and history is being made here right now, as somebody told me, with a black-owned radio station in the Black Museum. They said this is history right here on the east side of San Antonio. And
Wow.
I never looked at it like that. I just looked at coming up here doing what I do all the time, and that's it.
Okay.
But
okay.
he decided. He said, "It's yours if you want it." So I told him, yeah. And I said, how am I gonna make this work inside a church that's not a church, in the choir stand? And I'm thinking, I'll make it work.
All right.
I'll
all
make
right.
it work.
Okay.
And it's working. I'm here almost 2 months and it's working real good. My listenership went up, likes went up, everything went up. I mean, it went up dramatically.
Okay.
And I was surprised of that, but it's getting out there and getting things done. So I'm blessed to be in a place that right here on the heart of the east side of San Antonio, giving back to the community.
That's what it's about. Giving back. I mean, giving back. And that's what's up. That's what's up.
And I always
Congratulations.
thank you. And I always looking out when somebody said, well, I'm looking for this and I need this and need that. I said, wow, I just interviewed a person I can hook you up with. And that's what I've been doing. George Stephanie Boyd, I think 187th district,
Yep.
the court there. She was saying that she has young people in there all the time and she wants to get them straight, get them on a budget and stuff. Oh, I know somebody you talk to, Stephanie Boyd. So I call and find out and I do that. And I started realizing that I interview a lot of people that could help out other people. So I turn them on to each other,
That's what
when
it's
it
about.
happens,
That's what it's about. I
you
mean,
know.
This conversation that I had with this young lady last Friday that I was telling you about, it's nothing like hearing what you need to hear from someone that knows nothing about you.
Mm-hmm.
Someone can speak into your life and words are very impactful.
Yeah.
But when you also get too familiar with a person and they're speaking because they know you, yes, you take those words, but it's something different when it comes from an outside source.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to share in the community and our race, okay, Facebook, here we go. Y'all know I get on my soapbox. We're so quick to want to bring each other down.
Yeah.
We're so quick not to say something positive, but you'll run with the negative first before you run with the positive. I mean, and can I just keep it 100 for a moment?
You sure can.
This weekend was very stressful for me because of the AC situation. I had people calling me, telling me, the air is out, the air ain't working, when you gonna get it fixed? And I'm thinking to myself, somebody in here, 9 times out of 10, had to call somebody and say, the air is out.
Yeah.
I get it. The air is out. In one particular, went out on the dance floor. So I had to turn that AC unit off. But I said all this to say that news traveled quicker than the positive things that we do at Horizons, because my phone didn't stop blowing up. Even got a phone call yesterday. So we heard it's hot in there. You know what? Yeah, it was. But there is just some things, and does it become frustrating at some point? Because when you're doing the best that you can do to be able to keep the people having a good time, keeping them safe, and making sure that everything flows, to hear things like that when you're in the midst of, that can, one, be discouraging, and for another, it kind of adds to the anxiety of what it is that you're trying to make sure the ones that are in there are having a good time. But I said all that to say this, that we're here to build one another up, not tear each other down. And my thing of it is that I just want the people to understand, as business owners, because with this heat being the way that it is, there are several businesses right now that are struggling with their ACs, not because they're not working, but because of this heat. And you know what? I'll take it a step further. As in your own home, you probably had it set at a temperature that you're used to, but you're having to bring it down some just to be comfortable in your own home. Imagine a business when you have 200 and 300 people coming out of there at the same time, or in there at the same time. So there's just some things that you can't control. So please know, the ones that are there this weekend, the situation has been fixed. I cannot control the humidity, the body heat, or what God is doing, because that's out of my control. But it has been fixed. We will see tonight. And just know that I'm doing the very best I can to keep y'all cool.
There you go. See, but you're right. We got to think positive about each other all the time, because I have no time to talk bad about anybody. I don't.
But what are you going to get from it when you do it?
Nothing. You don't get a satisfaction trying to bring that person down to your level, and you move on to the next one. Number one, I'm not at your level, and I don't want to be at your level. I'm at my own level. You know, I'm at my own level of being creative and things that I want and what I want to do. So if anybody mess up, it's going to be me. The only person I can fuss at is myself. But then I learn from that. You move on to something else. Okay, don't try that again, Ron. That didn't work too good. So you go ahead on to something else. And everybody don't need to know what's going on behind the scenes, because I brought that up to Erica's in there earlier. I said, nobody knows what you go through. All they see is the polished, finished product. They don't know what it took for you to get that product. And they don't need to know, because if you did, well, here come the negative. Why'd you do that? I wouldn't have done it if I was you. That's one key thing. You're not me. Well, we just going on, aren't we?
That's what these segments are about. And that's what point of view is about on Mondays, because you have your point of view, I have my point of view. But when you're able to sit down and dialogue, if you are able to get something from it, then the mission has been accomplished. I mean, just like.
Yes, there it is. I like
Look,
this
let me
one.
do my Vanna White special.
I'm intrigued about this one right here.
Yeah, that one.
Strawberry Riesling. This sounds. We like Riesling.
So what I want you to do, and this is one thing that I ask for everybody that does get a bottle, take it home with you. Give review on Facebook, tag Horizons and More, tag myself, and give your honest opinion of how you really feel about the wine, and what it does to your palate, what you taste. Because when I tell you, each one of these blends were perfected in a way that you are going to be able to, that it should entice your palate. You should be nice and just comfortable. And I believe we've done something, and I believe that we are the first bar here in San Antonio that has its own wine line. And the bottles are complimentary. We're not charging. So it's something we've done something different. So to get that email about being rated by the customers, the consumers, of being the number one ranked bar in San Antonio, all I can say is thank you. I will leave you with this. It's only up from here, because I'm just now getting started.
Yes. So, well, I'm good. I was reading that thing again and voted #1. I mean, that is great. That is great. You got a lot of plaques you hanging up in your establishment right now, and it's well deserved.
I appreciate that.
It's well deserved.
Thank you.
Toya, appreciate you. Appreciate you coming down here on your busy schedule. You know what?
I'm just now waking up.
Yeah, you know what I did? Because I was waiting for you to wear your hat.
Well, I was gonna wear my hat today, but my silk press still has a little body in it.
Because I left mine in the truck. If you're gonna wear yours, I was gonna put mine on.
Oh man, next time.
I was ready for you.
Maybe next time.
All right. That was the owner of Horizon More.
Love you guys. Thank you to each and every one of you that has made Horizons and More what it is. It's only up from here.